Good morning. So I am in London, Paddington, and I am off to Exeter for a weekend there. I'm working with Visit Exeter and the Great Western Railway, which is just behind me, and they're going to show me some of the best things to do in Exeter. Now you may be wondering, A, why are you in London? Don't you live in Devon? And B, don't you already know the best things to do in Exeter because you live in Exmouth? So A, I just got back to the country last night from Lebanon, whole other story, and I stayed at my mum's, which is in London, and B, there's always more you can see about a city. So actually Visit Exeter put me together an itinerary full of loads of things that I haven't done yet. So I'm really excited to see these things, and then I can share about them here, write about them on my website, gosouthwestingland.co.uk, and yeah, we can check out more of what the beautiful city of Exeter has to offer. So I just arrived in Paddington about half an hour ago, got my tickets, and I'm just waiting to board one of these Great Western Railway trains, and then I think it's about I should know this, I've done this a lot, it's about 2 hours 10 minutes to Exeter. So I'm gonna get a coffee and then let's go find the train. So we're just at Taunton, which is the station before Exeter. I think it's about another 30-40 minutes from here, if memory serves correct. This Paddington line is a really good line if you're travelling from London to Exeter. This one's the one that you want to get because there are trains from Waterloo as well, but they take like nearly double the amount of time, stopping in like every single village in like Wiltshire and Somerset. So yeah, if you're travelling from London to Exeter, definitely get the Paddington branch. But it's been a pretty nice train ride so far. It's pretty spacious, nice facilities. Just been sitting doing a bit of work really and watching all the green fields roll past. Taunton. Yeah, we're at Taunton now. And yeah, we shall be in Exeter soon. So we've arrived into Exeter and the sun is out, the wind's out a bit as well, but we are staying in the Jury's Inn, which is about a 25-minute walk from here. We can also get the train to Central, but we decided to walk as it's a nice day and it's not too far. So let's go find the Jury's Inn. Alright, so we've just checked into the Jury's Inn, Exeter. This is actually my first time staying in a Jury's Inn, but I quite like it. I like the kind of the decor. It's quite like there's some like urban sort of street art inspired decor, so it's got a little bit more character than your standard like Travelodge or Premier Inn. Not saying anything bad about the Travelodge and Premier Inn, I do love a Premier Inn, but this is quite cool as well. And they've left us some lovely little treats, which was very kind. So we've got a slice of cheesecake here, which is great. Maybe I will eat it now actually, I'm a bit hungry. And then we've got some Luscombe Devon tonic water. So Luscombe are a really good Devonshire brand actually. They do like some really nice like Sicilian lemonade and stuff like that. And we have some Exeter gin. So that will be lovely. I guess I'll have that maybe before dinner. Just some still and sparkling water here. And got a whole gin glass here. And they've left me a nice little card. So thank you very much to the team at Jury's Inn for that. I'm just going to do a little tour of the room now. So we've got, this is the view from outside. Just some houses really. Oh, and the quick fit. And then we've got a lovely, bed looks very comfy with some nice squashy pillows. And this is the quite cool little street art inspired wall. And then we've got a nice work desk here, mirror and a screen. And then we've got some storage here. And then this is the bathroom, which looks very nice. Yes, it's a very comfy bed. Alright, we've come to the RAM, which is the Royal Albert Memorial Museum. So this is the main museum of Exeter, so it details local history, and then there is an exhibit upstairs about world history. So we're going to go check this out now. Yeah, and it's free entry, so that's definitely one of the best things to do in Exeter, especially if you're on a budget. So just around the corner from the Ram you'll find Gandhi Street, and Gandhi Street was apparently some of the inspiration for J.K. Rowling for Diagon Alley. So she actually went to university here in Exeter, and she used to come here, so people have thought that it may have been some of the inspiration for Diagon Alley in Harry Potter. So Exeter has what is supposedly the narrowest street in the world. Not too sure about whether it's a street or not. It kind of just looks like a gap between two buildings, but apparently it is a street because it has its own kind of road and there are like houses along the address. So it's called Parliament Street and there's like a one Parliament Street. So yeah, apparently it is legit. So as you can see, it's like a proper wind tunnel coming down here, but basically you just walk down and then you emerge and you're just on the high street.
Exeter is one of the oldest cities in the UK, and it's definitely worth spending some time walking around and admiring all of its medieval buildings. We didn't do one on this weekend, but I really recommend Red Coat tour guides to give you an overview of its incredible history. On Friday evening, we went to The Terrace, a beautiful rooftop bar and restaurant. Here they serve steaks, burgers, pizza and curries, and have a delectable cocktail menu. We tried some of their house specials. The yellow cocktail was called the Kokomora, named after Moana, and it was my favourite.
Good morning, it is day number 2 in Exeter, and this morning we're off to a spa actually, which should be nice. Really good. Yeah. Alright, so we are back from, it's a bit wobbly, back from the spa, and that was really nice. I do love a good spa. So I couldn't really film much in there, obviously, because of privacy reasons for other spa guests. So just to explain, I had a chat with one of the guys working there, I think he was the manager, and he explained that this place only opened 2 weeks ago, and it's like a really nice fusion between a leisure centre and a spa. It doesn't have that kind of sterile leisure centre feel that a lot of leisure centres do, but it felt really relaxing. I felt relaxed as soon as I walked in there, and Liam explained that it was probably due to the fact that the air in there is 83% cleaner than the air outside, which, yeah, that's a pretty incredible statistic. There's a whole spa on the top floor. There's a salt therapy, like steam room. There's a sauna, and then there's like a, oh, you know, I've forgotten what it's called, but it's like a 50% sauna, 50% steam room. Then there's a jacuzzi, and there's loads of treatment rooms as well. It follows the passive house model, which is really popular in Germany, but it's actually the first passive house spa in the UK, so that's super interesting as well. So yeah, really enjoyed it there. And it's nice to have a spa that's like run by the council. I think that's really cool and something that's really unique to Exeter, and you know, maybe Exeter could become a spa destination. So I'm just going to get ready now. Need to have a shower and stuff because I had a little swim too, and then we're going to head off to the rugby, so that should be super interesting. Alright, had a quick turnaround and now we are off to the rugby. I've never seen a rugby game before, so I'm not sure what to expect. I'm going to do a little Google of what to expect before I go, but this is a really interesting thing to do, especially in Exeter because they're quite well known for their rugby, and I feel like I'll be able to report on whether it's a good experience for people who aren't actually into rugby to do while they're in Exeter. So let's go.
10, sponsored by Carl Harrison, Patricia Garcia. Number 19, Nicola Friday.
The same question, how many times will you learn the same lesson?
later. I'm just about to go downstairs and meet everyone else who's on this trip. And yeah, the rugby was really good actually. It was really interesting. Like I said before, I don't know anything about rugby. I actually had to like do some Googling while we were there, like how does rugby work? But I do feel like I know a little bit more now, which was good. And Exeter, both the men's and the women's, we saw the women's, which I really appreciated actually, because I think women need more representation in sports. But both teams are really, really good. So if you're into sports and live, you know, like watching live sports and stuff, it's definitely a place to come. And if you're here for like a weekend and you want like a fun activity to do, it's definitely something different, and it's something that the city's known for. And I mean, if you're here with like a group of people, you can like get some beers and watch the game. Now we're just heading off for dinner. We're going to, it's a new restaurant in Exeter, not one I've heard of before, so that should be good. It's kind of like fine dining food, I think, so I'm looking forward to trying that out. So yeah, I'm just about to go meet everyone else now, and then we're heading off.
Margaux is a brand new restaurant in Exeter. It specialises in British and European classics, and I love the combination of flavours and textures in all of my courses. There's a cocktail bar upstairs where you can order beverages from the extensive cocktail and wine menus, and it has incredible views of Exeter Cathedral.
It's our last day in Exeter. As you can see, I'm just standing outside the Jury's Inn. I just had a really good breakfast. The breakfast buffet here is great, and it looks really like aesthetic as well. So I'm going to show you around that now, and then we'll get into the activities for today. So our first activity of the day is quite obviously canoeing on the Exeter Canal. Candice is behind me, and we're just basically we're trying to find the pub, not for alcohol, for a coffee, but we've been told that if we keep going down here we'll get to the pub, and then we're going to turn around and go back to Exeter Quay. We rented our canoes out from Saddles and Paddles. They do loads of water sports gear hire, they do cycle hire, basically any kind of like adventurous activity you want to do around Exeter Quay, they are your company. So yeah, it's quite nice, it's very beautiful around here.
It's no distance.
Okay, awesome, thank you.
Depends how far you come.
Alright, we are approaching the Double Locks pub where we're going to get a coffee, not a beer. Alright, so we're back on dry land, made it to the pub, which is just down the canal from Exeter Quay. So yeah, I think it took us, how long did it take us? Like 45 minutes, an hour to get here? Yeah, around that. You could probably do it in quicker time. But we were zigzagging all over the river initially. But we found a groove in the end, didn't we? Yeah. So we're just going to grab a coffee here, not a pint, because don't canoe, no, what was it? Don't drink and canoe. Alright, we made it back to the quay in one piece. We did not capsize, and we made it back here. The wind is very strong in some places, so as soon as we got back out to like the open river, it was a bit difficult, but we've made it. Alright, so very quick turnaround, and now we are at Rockfish. So they have a few Rockfishes in the southwest, but this one is right by Exeter Quay. And they have loads of local fish specials. I probably won't try any of the fish, but they've got a Bombay Midge burger, which I think I'm going to go for. And we've all got a glass of champagne, so cheers to that. So we're at our last stop of the weekend, which is the new Exeter Quayside Distillery. So there's a whole distillery here, and they're making their own gin and vodka here. So we're just trying a couple of the cocktails now, and then we're going to have a little tour and learn a bit more about the business and what their plans are for the whole place and all of that. So I'm having the interestingly named OnlyFans Martini, which is a twist on the Portstar Martini. It is passion fruit vodka and syrup and vanilla, and then you've got the...
Essentially, three main elements of a cocktail. Okay, you've got a pot, which is this side here. Yeah? So this is where I put the alcohol, this is where I put the botanicals. The courage is just take a sip, and then just hold it on your tongue, and count to 3 before you swallow. So, please.
Cheers.
Oh, sorry, just finished my 3 seconds.
I don't even have to do that.
She's not really a fan of doing that.
So that's just, that's it, that's raw juice.
It's pretty good. It doesn't have the... Not that I drink many of these spirits, but it doesn't have the kick, the burn that a lot of these spirits have.
All sorts of citrus peels. What I've actually distilled in here is actually a little herb, and my mum has literally grows it in her garden.
So we've got some pickled onion monster buds here.
Exactly.
Alright, so we've done our distillery tour, which was super interesting. So it's a brand new distillery. They're making gins in really unique ways, so they can add loads more flavours to the gin because they're actually boiling the gin at a lower temperature. This is because they've got this new machinery. So that was super interesting, and now we are heading back. We've left our bags at Saddles and Paddles, so we're heading back to get them now, and then we are getting the train back to London. One of the things with Exeter and Devon in general is that it does, on the map it seems like it's really far away from London, but actually it's really not that far on the train. It's just over 2 hours. So we're here at 5:30 now. Our train is just before 7. It's at 6:52, and then it gets back into Paddington at 9 p.m. So obviously it gets back in the night time, but if you want to do a weekend, you don't mind getting back too late, you can have a full day in Exeter and then get back to London. You're still, depending on where you live in London, you're still back at your house in time to get a good night's sleep and then go to work in the morning. So in that way, Exeter is actually a really good weekend break destination from London. So we are just on the train back to London now. You might be able to see we've upgraded our train experience and we're now in first class. It's pretty nice. We've got a little snack box and we've got a free hot drink, and the Wi-Fi seems to be better in here as well. So if you're working, it might be better to pay for the extra for first class. So yeah, we've just got a couple more hours on the train and then we'll get back to London.
That's a wrap on my weekend in Exeter. If you're interested in history, sports, gastronomy or nature, there's so much on offer in this petite but exciting city. And it's only 2 hours from London. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.